Hey guys, it's Quickly again with another video, and this time I've got a comparison video between the camera performance of the OnePlus 3 in both CyanogenMod ROMs and the OnePlus 3's OxygenOS ROM, so stay tuned for that. So guys, a lot of people have asked me for this comparison. Well, one of them was very vocal about it also in the YouTube channel and I was truly genuinely interested in making a video like this because I wanted to know for sure that the CyanogenMod experience is probably similar to the OnePlus 3's OxygenOS experience. So camera was has always been one of the biggest concern for ROM routing and moving to a custom ROM, because normally the custom ROMs does not have the camera HALs of the manufacturer, and you get sort of the raw end of the stick there. So yeah, let's get started on the video. I have already taken a few shots and I will be trying to get you guys a close-up views of all the pictures and all that from OxygenOS and the CM version. The CM version I'm using right now is the snapshot version of CM official, so I thought that would be the best candidate for this one. Also, the OxygenOS I'm using is not the stock one, but it is the Freedom OS 1.4.1, which has the stock kernels and stock libraries with the stock kernel. I'm not going to do this with the other kernel, which is Elemental X, which is one of the best kernels available, but I don't want a third variable on this one. So yeah, so the basic test was simple. I fire up the camera application and I shoot a few pictures in different conditions. Now the first condition will be a very good lit area like this one. I will be using the stock camera app and a third-party application also, so just keep that in mind. So this is a very brightly lit subject inside indoors, so that is artificial lighting, so you do have that. And then a slightly lower lit condition with the flash on a third-party application, with the flash on the camera, without chroma. And then this will be the outdoor experience which I have found. So I will be detailing those in the video with the snapshots and the close-up. So yeah, this will be the steps for the comparison, and the basis of comparison will be the visual detail and not any scientific, or it's not going to be any scientific studies or basically something like that, but still this is more or less what I perceive in my eyes, and you can judge yourself too. I will be showing you guys the pictures. The thing about CyanogenMod camera which I found is that when you zoom into a very dimly lit area, like let me just show you guys. This is a picture of my bike, and let me just show you how this detailing is. You can see a lot of noise in here, and that is something which I found in the camera of the CyanogenMod ROM, and the dynamic range is okay, but because of the noise which is available in different areas, you do kind of lose a lot of details. This is a very brightly lit area, but still you can see a lot of noise in the darker areas, so I'm not entirely sure why that is. This is a very dimly lit colorful area, but still you can see a bit of noise there. That's probably because of the bumped up ISO, and you do have that. As you can see, this is how the brightly lit scenes are going to be on the CyanogenMod ROM. Now the indoor shots have a lot of things going on. I mean, this is the indoor shot which I took of this setup here, and this is without the flash with a very brightly lit source of light. Now this is artificial light. It still has a lot of noise in here, but for most part this is a passable object and passable photo. And this is also another photo with a few lights turned down, only one light running, and that works pretty well. I guess that should be expected. Again, noise level is pretty high in the blacks, and all that noise is really visible. Now this is with a third-party application camera. Now CyanogenMod has some kind of bug, I guess, with third-party applications. Whenever the flash fires, the object is just illuminated harshly. I mean, you have no idea what these are. It's illuminated, it overexposes, and it doesn't work that way. Now this is with the stock camera application from CyanogenMod, so you do have a pretty good lighting condition here. This is the single flash mode. Now this is with chroma flash, which is a CyanogenMod feature, and this actually works pretty nicely. It still has a few detail problems like noise and all that, but still this is more of a usable footage than this one, which is just destroyed, I guess. So guys, this is more to just show you guys how the camera experience, the video camera experience is on the CyanogenMod ROM. And the first thing I can understand is that the optical image stabilization is jittery, but is much more smoother than the original OxygenOS. But well, I have to see that in the application or Premiere to just determine how that works. So as you can see, the colors are all good. The sky is good. I can see almost a good degree of HDR, dynamic range. It's pretty good. Okay, really nice and soft. And that is the proprietary one. As you can see, there are a lot of noise here, even in the videos. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that the CyanogenMod camera is a bit noisy. So here is the dimly lit inside picture or video rather, and you can see it is working. It's good, but I can see a lot of jitters. The optical image stabilizer is not smooth in this mode. So here is a video with the flash on, and you can see this is pretty much comparable to the OxygenOS, so that is something good. So this is going to be a sample on how the front camera of CyanogenMod ROM work, and I can see a bit of latency in the live display, which is pretty good. It's expected, nothing special there, but still, just for your information, the front camera, in my opinion, the front camera is still more comparable to the OxygenOS with both the settings and both the ROM, so shouldn't be much of a problem. Selfie lovers will love that. So yeah, see you guys again in the OxygenOS ROM. So I guess that much is it about the camera in the CyanogenMod ROM. As I've already said, the thing about the overexposed photo which I showed you guys here is that this doesn't happen every time. That's something which I wanted to talk about. This is happening sometimes with a third-party application. I didn't have it happen with the stock camera application anytime in my usage, but I'm pretty sure this is something to do with the way the coating has been done and how the flash fires. So it can be different. Now other third-party applications like the Google camera, there were some instances where the flash does not fire at all, and you just get a dark photo, and it doesn't even take a photo sometimes. So these are stuff which you guys need to remember when you're using CyanogenMod. So yeah, now I'll be switching to OxygenOS and showing you guys how that fares in this regard. So stay tuned. So guys, I am back with the OnePlus 3's OxygenOS, and I will be showing you guys how that fares in the camera comparison. So let's get started now. First of all, the camera application is just basic. You do have a few options, but the granularity of options are quite different. Now, just as a foreknote, I am using HDR auto and full-on auto settings. I'm not using manual mode, and manual mode is going to be much more subjective, and there's going to be a lot of differences. Now I have used auto mode in the CyanogenMod also, so that is also something that you need to keep in mind. So I'm trying to get an apples to apples comparison regarding this. So yeah, let's get the videos started now. So this is the brightly lit indoor subject. So you can see the noise levels in here is pretty much reduced a lot compared to the other one, which was I believe this one. Yeah, this one. The noise levels have reduced considerably. You can see a lot of noise in here, but the other photo has a lot less noise. So that is something which I am noticing with the trend in these pictures. Now this is one which has a less lighting options, but still noise has not creeped inside this one, so that is also there. This is again another less lighting condition. Now this is fully dark room with flash. Now you can see the flash is quite harsh. It's nothing compared to the chroma flash, which was really amazing, but still the noise is at minimal. Even in blacks the noise is pretty minimal. You can see a few bit of noise, but that is expected in a dark situation. Now the outdoor photos. Now the outdoor photos are pretty good. You cannot see a lot of noise. Considerably comparing the two, this one has a lot less noise than the CyanogenMod one, so that is something which is there. This is also again another photograph of outside. You can see the dynamic range is pretty good on this device with the CyanogenMod or the other camera, the OxygenOS camera, which is pretty nice to see. Again, all the well, in these areas there are a bit of noise here and there, but still nothing nothing surprising. It's basically what you would expect. Even in the shade area you can see a bit of noise here and there. Now here is the camera picture of my bike. So yeah, the noise is completely less. Well, less for sure. I can guarantee that the noise is quite less than what I had received with the CyanogenMod ROM. So guys, this is a video sample from the OnePlus 3, just so you guys know. Just want to compare the this is actually the OxygenOS one. So this is a stock camera application, so just the dynamic ranges and all of those should be in here. I will also be getting into the darker areas to just show you guys how that works. So guys, this is a darker area with only one light bulb illuminating the scene. I will be turning that off too. And so here is how the flash works in a video environment with the with the camera flash. So you can see that it's working, and this I would say is much of a coherent experience, and this is much more reliable than the CyanogenMod one. So just so you guys know that. Now something else which I want to talk about is that this result is basically from the stock camera application, and as I've already talked about in the CyanogenMod ROM, the third-party camera application, for most people there are softwares like ProShot and Camera FV5, which is a very good power user level of camera controls. You get a lot of camera controls with it, and it does really work out. People who are going to use that will be disappointed with the CyanogenMod's third-party camera support, because third-party cameras cannot use a lot of those settings. But I didn't find any of those issues within here. I don't have it installed, but still I can assure you that the experience will be much better on a OxygenOS ROM. I guess that should be it about the camera comparison. In conclusion, of course, still now the OxygenOS camera is better than the CyanogenMod camera, but I personally did not find that too surprising, because historically the stock camera setup is always better than the custom camera setup by a ROM like CyanogenMod or any other ROM. So yeah, that's still there. I do wish the CyanogenMod camera would step up its game, or basically at least the OxygenOS to release its binaries fully about the cameras, and we could be able to incorporate it in CyanogenMod ROM. So yeah, here's to hoping, but still I would like to have that running. Now the comparison isn't complete without rating the cameras. If you rate the OxygenOS camera samples as very good, I would say the camera on the CyanogenMod is good. I guess it's good enough, but nothing special, or it doesn't trump the OxygenOS's camera. So that alone is a bit disappointing, but still, for guys who need quick shutters, quick photos from moments in their life, well, this camera is not going to do that anyhow. So you might go for something like Nest 7, which has a very good camera, but for those people who have this phone and want a quick shutters and just want photographs done, not to a quality of professional level, you can get through with any of the cameras. So I guess CyanogenMod doesn't really hurt a lot either, because it is faster, it is smoother, and it has a lot more features than the OxygenOS. So yeah, it's kind of a trade-off. If you absolutely must have the best camera experience, yeah, stick to OxygenOS. I won't judge you on that. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the video. Hope this cleared out some doubts in your mind about the camera performances, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.